Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of it's Monday. This is episode 24 and it's very hot outside. Been working all day outside, so anyway, just want to thank everybody for checking in with my videos every week. I've been trying to get them every week. I'm going to try and make this video a little bit shorter because the last one I believe was too long in my opinion. So I'm going to stop talking, show you guys what's been going on, and one thing that I'm not going to be showing on camera that I recently got is a detolf. Another one. I have two now. When this room is all done, I'll be having it set up. It's going to have some of the rare figures that I own in it. Detolfs are always good to have too, so look into them. If you could find them cheaper than what I got it for at IKEA, that's where you can find them. I got it for like $65 to $70. I recommend those specifically, but if you can find them cheaper at like like a flea market or a wholesale place, whatever, go for it. But it's always good to have. Alright, so got nothing else. Want to hurry this on by, so here we go. Alright, so a very unexpected package today. Obviously it's from BigBadToyStore.com. I think I know what this is, but I did not expect it at all. It's kind of strange to be getting this without a notice. I wasn't notified that they were going to ship it out to me, so I guess I'll just start cutting it open. I'm doing this with one hand because I put my tripod away, so I'm going to do this all on camera with one hand. Alright, I'll hold it still now, I promise. Or kind of still. As still as I can. How about that? Alright, again, I gotta interrupt it. Seems like that always happens to me, so. Put some bubble wrap. It's actually kind of soft. I wonder what's in here. And that's exactly what I thought it was. And then there's one of these thingies. Game of Thrones thing looks kind of cool. And I wish I could afford some Hot Toys. It would be nice. Alright. Box inside of a box. Let me see what that is. I'm going to cut this open now. Nice. So this is the figure that I was most pumped for out of all the Figure Arts ones. So cool. My favorite character. My favorite part or style of him, I should say, because he's had a couple of different outfits and stuff, but this is when he first arrived from the future in his time machine from Capsule Corp. So it's really cool to finally have him, and I've seen a lot of people posing him and stuff, and I don't know, burning attack? Sounds like he needs to go to the doctor. But really cool pictures, a lot of accessories, so probably gonna crack this guy open now. So this figure is one of the best, probably the best that I own. Very, very cool. So many options that you can do. So much different poses, hands, and head, faces, whatever. And he's the only Figure Arts figure that came with his normal head and Super Saiyan head, which is really, really cool. I wish that the Vegeta and the Goku would have, just so that I can have them in their regular, modes doing different things. But This thing right here, this is actually made out of silicone and hot glue and bendy wire and a piece of plastic. I just lit it up with some lights, as you can see. I originally wanted to use my overhead light, but it wasn't picking up right. Here's another light over there. Here's his sword. This goes on really well. It pegs into his back and then pegs together over here, which is really neat. And this sword is actually just a partial sword. I don't want to break it. There we go. You can see it's like broken. It looks like it's broken. The cool thing about having it go down that far is that you can actually do a pose with him where he's just pulling it out of the sheath and it still looks like a full sword. So that's really cool. I'll turn the light back on here. So I don't know, this figure is awesome. Here's a bunch of his accessories. I'm sure many of you have already seen the review, but there's a bunch of hands right there. Some faces in his regular head. Really cool. Some Super Saiyan faces to go with that. And then there's this full sword. Really, really, really cool. Over here I got the rest of my figure arts. Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Just one more to add to the collection. Hopefully I get the San Diego Comic-Con Gohan that they're going to be re-releasing, because I don't want to pay for the normal one. That's the price that he's going for is insane. I think he's somewhere in the hundreds, and I already think 50 is a little pricey, but these figures are definitely worth it. Not quite 6 inches, they're just under, or like a Marvel Legends scale, but still really cool. So I recently picked up 3 more zombies. Now I'm at a total of 21. Super happy to have these. Not a huge G.I. Joe fan like I've said before, but these figures are great, and it's cool to have like an army build of these, because one thing I kind of want to point out, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this, but if you could see the face, this face is very blackwashed, right? Now, if you look at this face, not so much, which is kind of cool. So they all kind of look different because of the washes and where they're painted. Like this guy has a blue eyebrow, and neither of these guys do. So they kind of have like their uniqueness to them, depending on, I guess, who painted them at the Chinese warehouse or whatever. So if you guys don't have one of these figures, you gotta pick them up. It's great to have. Totally in love with this sculpt and everything. So okay, on to the next thing. Next up, I picked up this new amazing Spider-Man movie figure. This is the 3 3/4 inch one. Also same size as all the Marvel universe and fits right in and everything. This figure is, if I can't say it anymore, it's a must-own figure. I don't care if you collect MU or not, this figure is amazing. Great sculpt, great articulation, just great feel, great likeness to the character. I would say that this is probably the best 3 3/4 inch Spider-Man to date, except for maybe with the exception of the superhero showdown one that Toy Biz did. I have it, but I'm not quite sure where it is right now, so I'm not going to do a comparison right this second. Maybe later on in this video I will. But this guy looks just like how he does in the movie. except for his eyes are not painted that orangey yellow that he's gonna have. Why I think that he's not is because this head is probably from another Marvel Universe Spider-Man. Not exactly sure, you guys might know, but this dude's got great articulation, you know, bicep double jointed, elbows, the like hinge swivel shoulders. I wish that it would have been a ball joint because it would have given you like more range of motion, but there's such detail and sculpt into the shoulder here that I understand why they didn't do it, because like you can see all the texture in his thing. But anyway, this is kind of like a review. But he's got this the rib cage whatever joint, it rocks back and forth and forward and backwards, and it swivels. And then he's got these hips, which took me a little while to get used to because they don't go out. You can see like I'm pulling on this guy and he's not going out. What you do is you turn it and lift it up, and it's just the way it goes. I think they did that just to keep the line, the paint line right here with the suit all the way down, and I don't mind that at all. I think that's pretty cool. And he's got his double jointed knees and ankle forward and back. And the best part about this is the ankle pivot here. Honestly, this pivot is better than the Marvel Legends pivot, better than any other pivot that Hasbro has put out before, I believe. And he's got painted silver shoes, which is kind of cool. Looks like, I know it's supposed to look like that. I thought the paint rubbed off. But his spider symbol sculpted up here. I can't tell if it is. I guess it is down here too. But must own. You guys gotta pick this guy up if you get a chance. I got this from the Disney store because I couldn't find it at Walmart or anywhere. So I spent about 11 bucks on him, but honestly the best 11 bucks I spent on a 3 3/4 inch figure. So I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna leave you guys with some pictures after this. Alright, so I got him here next to the Superhero Showdown Spidey. Honestly, I think that he might be a little bit taller, just a smidge. Unless it has something to do with his legs. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think he's a little bit taller. But still, they're like both great figures. The only thing is that this guy doesn't have ankle pivot, but he does have this calf swivel, which would have been really nice on him. You know, to get him in those extravagant poses. This guy's got the in and out and the swivel up here instead of down there, down at the wrist here, and he's got the diaphragm joint. So I got him next to a couple more Marvel Universe figures. I feel like he fits right in. Looks really good. Shorter than Cable, about the same size as Deadpool. Probably an accurate height as if he was part of the 3 3/4 inch universe. He also goes great up against Venom right here. Alright, so for your crack it open figure of the week, I'm going to be doing Kingdom Hearts Mickey from the Play Arts Volume 2 series. I am a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Played the first game, played the second game. The second game got to a point near the end where I couldn't beat this one guy, and it just got me so frustrated, so I put it down for like ever, and have to go back and of course beat the game. I know what happens. I've seen it beaten, you know, all that stuff. So anyway, not only am I a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts, I'm also a huge Disney and Mickey Mouse fan. So first off, we're going to take a look at the box here. And you can see up at the top, this is a Kingdom Hearts logo and the Square Enix products, Black Label collectors. So it's definitely a collector's figure, not made for kids, I guess. Inside you got Mickey Mouse and his, or King Mickey, I'm going to refer to him as King Mickey, in his regular outfit, like, you know, Sora and everybody else, with the zippers and buckles and all that stuff. So you got that, and you got the Keyblade over here, and then you got an extra set of hands, which is really cool. And it's a window box. There's windows on all sides, except for the bottom, of course. There's not necessary. And you got a picture of King Mickey right there. And then on the box, or the back of the box, you got the I forget what it's called. I want to say it's Christmas Town or whatever on the back here. A nice scenery of it. It looks nice with the figure, very nicely displayed. Up at the top, this is the same thing as it did on the front. And this is number 6 in the series, King Mickey. And down here we have Sora and his Nightmare Before Christmas slash Christmas Town outfit with his, I forget what the name of that Keyblade is back there. It's been so long since I played. I'd be on this like butter on toast if I knew, or if I've recently played. And it just has some Japanese stuff down here that I don't know how to read, and it's a licensed product of Disney. So we are gonna open this guy up right now. I got him for a really good deal at Toys R Us. I think I might have got him for like $6. It was like a crazy deal. They had him on clearance, so if you guys want, you know, you're big fans of this stuff, go check it out. It's definitely worth it, just to even have him. And I'm just saying that even before this review starts, or whatever you want to call the review, or whatever you want to call this. So first off, there's a little piece of paper in here. It tells you how to unplug his hands, I believe. It's got the number 1, number 2. Yeah, it says that his hands are interchangeable and a couple other things. So I'll put that off to the side for now. And we have him in this kind of like clamshell thing. There's a piece of plastic covering this with some tape, so I'm gonna cut that. Okay, so now, oops, dropped the razor blade. But anyway, we're gonna take out the Keyblade first. Let me put that down for a second. I'm gonna lower the camera. And then next we're gonna take out King Mickey. And then I'm gonna pop out his hands. Alright, so now we're gonna adjust the camera again, just so that I can get a better angle of him. Put some more light on here. Like I said, this isn't like a real review, this is all unedited and everything, so I can get my first impressions and everything. Okay, so I'm actually very surprised just moving his arms. I did not think that he would be articulated in the shoulders. I don't know why, I just didn't think he would be. But, okay, so I'm just gonna go over his detail now. He looks like, in his face, he just looks like your everyday Mickey Mouse. Might be a sculpt from another Mickey figure. Very nice. No shading or anything, just solid black, solid tan and white, and then mouth paint. He has some crazy detail going on in here. He's got these flexible buckles, flexible collar with the zipper. You can see the zippers in here. It'd be really nice if it was workable, but it's not necessary. Or if it was like hanging like these are. You know, but like I said, it's not necessary. This is kind of flexible, not as much as this. There's even some inner detail underneath here, these chains, which is really cool. His gloves are like an off-white, nicely painted, very clean looking too. He's got all these details on his pants, the pockets, the zippers, very nice. His feet, it's got some kind of tongue kind of detail in here and a strap, and then the iconic crisscross buckles over the shoe. Made in China, Disney, Square Enix thing over here. On the back he's got his nice flexible tail. That's really cool to have, you know, so it doesn't break off. I love when figures have like things like this that are very, very flexible. It makes it a lot easier to store and everything. So it's really nice to have that. This is kind of flexible. It can give, but it's not really necessary, I guess. Okay, so that's it for the detail for right now, in case I come up with something along the way. So he's got an extra set of hands, both open, both the same color as this. A little bit smaller looking though, in my opinion. These look a little bit more puffy than these are. And his keyblade, one of the coolest things about this is the Kingdom Key, of course. This is the first keyblade that you get in Kingdom Hearts 2. Very, very cool, very nice. Nicely detailed, painted. The gold right here is very, very nice looking. 100% accurate. Even the charm is very nice with the chain. This is a real chain, and it has a clip here just like in the game, and you can actually take it off, which is really cool. Not, you know, something that you need to do because it just goes on there anyway, but that's really cool that they added that in there. They could have, you know, sculpted this or whatever. It's really cool though. I probably said like really cool like 100 times so far, so excuse that. I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying. Alright, so I guess we'll get into some articulation right here. We'll start up top, we'll go with his head. Looks like he can look, probably, yeah, he can do a 360 with his head. Very tight joint, squeaky, that's nice. No up and down, but it does move a little bit. So, his shoulders seem to be on like a weird kind of swivel, like a 45-degree swivel right here that goes back and forth. But it also has a hinge, I can see it, so it goes up and down, which is really cool too, to add in there. Up at the top of the arm, I think, to me that looks like it can swivel there. I don't want to force it because I don't want to break it, but he does have elbow articulation, which is cool because it does a complete 90-degree angle. It goes straight out and straight down. And he also has wrist articulation, which is really cool too. I'm hoping that this turns here because otherwise it's not really going to be effective. I'll try it on this arm. I'm so afraid to turn it. I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave that alone for now. But it's the same thing for both arms, as you can see. He has a waist swivel. Looks like it can go 360. And it rocks a little bit, which is cool. So he can kind of like lean back and kind of lean forward. Just as much as the coat will let him, I guess. For his... I'm going to move his arm out of the way. For his legs, he has a ball joint, which is really cool. So he can get his legs out there if he needs to. And they can go forward and back. So it can go back about that far. forward. You can push it if you want with the jacket. Like, you gotta make it move. Okay, so up at the leg here, you can see the joint in the back. It does have a single jointed upper knee kind of calf thing, which is really cool. Look at this. They incorporated it so it looks like his knee is actually there. It's really cool that they sculpted it that way. This is a really cool figure so far. I'm really liking this. Okay, so on to the next thing. Is there ankle swivel? Yes, there is. There's a swivel here. It's very tight. Don't want to ruin it. And it seems like there is an ankle pivot. How cool is that? That is really, really cool. Was not expecting that. I thought I saw it when I was looking at the detail, but I did not expect an ankle pivot on a figure like this. This is so cool. No toe articulation, but that is okay because he does have big feet and it's very comic-y, and I'm happy enough that they threw in that, you know? That's very, very cool. I'm loving that. Okay, so his tail is rubbery, like I said. I thought maybe it was articulated so you can get it off to the side, but it's not. It's probably glued in. Very, very cool. I'm so happy I decided to open this. And we're going to take his keyblade now and fit it into his hand, because he has a peg in there. I don't think I mentioned that, but he does have a peg in there. So it looks like it only goes in a certain way, so I'm trying to do this right. Excuse the time that I'm taking to do this. Alright, so I'm having some trouble getting the keyblade to sit in his hand right. I think it's because of the peg. The peg's not sitting on the right angle. Well, he can still hold it, which is cool. I don't necessarily need to use the peg. So you can see he holds it very well. And because of the ankle pivot, you can get him in all kinds of really cool poses. So I'm really, really stoked about this. Alright, so now I'm going to change out the hands. See? Oh, that was very easy to get off. And even easier to put on. So that's really cool. That one was a little bit harder. It's no big deal though. Hey, I'm Mickey Mouse. That's kind of like what he looks like he's saying. So, overall, man, this figure is really, really cool. The paint, the articulation, the size is perfect. It's just very, very nice. I guess I'll get my Spider-Man here. You can see him next to him. So he's a little bit over, I'm going to say like 4 inches, somewhere around there, 4 or 5 inches. Really cool though. And again, we're going to use Moon Knight like we did last week, because he's sitting right there. So you can see him next to a 6-inch figure. He fits in scale with the 6-inch, I think. Or maybe, you know, a little bit bigger than that, because he is a mouse and he's not very tall. Actually, this would be a good comparison. Good thing I had this sitting right here. Here we have Jack Skellington, and he fits in pretty well with him. This is not the Play Arts one, which I wish I would have had. This is just the one from the Nightmare Before Christmas line. Still very, very cool. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna end it here, and I'm going to mess around with him and see if I can get the upper part of the arm to swivel, and I'll probably leave you guys with some pictures in a minute. But lastly, I want to thank everybody for voting. Please, I'll leave the list down below in the underbar, and vote for the next figure that I get to crack open, because I'm glad that somebody wanted this one open, because now I get to mess with it, and it's a really cool figure. So please join in, help out, you know, be part of this. I really like doing this, it's fun. So vote for the next thing you want to see open, and always don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, thumbs up, whatever, and check out the ACBA community, and check out the like page on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.
That's crispy.